Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso.
Someone out there saw something, someone out there knew something, and if this actor is listening, turn yourself in. Get this over with.
Tips are coming in after Sunday's bombings at two Las Cruces churches, and the FBI now has a message for anyone who may know anything.
I'm really impressed with the caliber of the people that are running for president.
Plus, all but 3 of the 17 major Republican candidates for president participated in a forum Monday night. But the big question, where was Donald Trump? Also, we have the latest details this morning on that SWAT situation in central El Paso that lasted several hours last night.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso.
Good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. Thanks for waking up so early with us today. I'm Hillary Floren. Let's start things off with meteorologist Crystal Clyde because we're preparing for another hot one today, aren't we?
Absolutely, and really the heat is on today compared to the last few days. We are talking temperatures soaring into the triple digits, which isn't exactly average for this time of year. Let's begin though with your clouds and radar map because overnight we did see a little area of thunderstorms roll on through Las Cruces again. Not as much rain for El Paso though, and now we're obviously seeing no rain on the board. Just a few clouds that are still hanging across the map, and as we're used to, the clouds start to clear, the sun breaks through once we hit that sunrise. As for your temperatures outside, these are some of our WeatherNet sites, sponsored by Mattress Firm. We're at 79 here at the KVIA studios and 70 at Frank Macias Elementary School, 74 Montwood High School, and we are sitting at 70 Loma Terrace Elementary School. So right now outside, gorgeous conditions, those 70s, very pleasant. But as we move forward into this afternoon, we are talking triple digits, potentially tying records in some areas. We will check in on those hot afternoons ahead in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Crystal. Investigators say they have been getting plenty of tips following Sunday's bombings, and they have a message for the person or persons behind the attack, too. From our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom this morning, the first explosion happened at Calvary Baptist Church. The second happened at Holy Cross Catholic Church. At Calvary Church, the explosive was put inside a mailbox. Debris flew more than 60 yards away. And a half hour later, another explosive went off in a trash can at Holy Cross Church. It damaged the front door and a window. At a news conference Monday, FBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge Brian Finnegan said evidence from both explosions have been sent to federal labs. He said they're still investigating leads.
Someone out there saw something, someone out there knew something, and if this actor is listening, turn yourself in. Get this over with. We know you're looking over your shoulder. We know you want to do the right thing and turn yourself in and to confess to this crime.
The device at Calvary Baptist detonated just feet away from this camera, but it was not recording. The camera is simply used to provide a live feed to the entrance to the workers inside. The FBI has a hotline set up for anyone with information to call. That number is 1-800-225-5324, right there on your screen. A $5,000 reward is being offered. We'll have the number on our website, KVIA.com, and also on our Facebook page. No one was injured after a SWAT situation in central El Paso Monday night. It happened around 6 o'clock at a home on the 3300 block of La Luz. U.S. Marshals were executing a warrant, but the suspect refused to come out. He's being identified as 29-year-old Luis Buenrostro. Now, he eventually surrendered. That was about 3 hours later, though. New information this morning. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's lawyer says Paxton will plead not guilty to felony fraud charges and request a jury trial. Monday morning, Ken Paxton did turn himself in and last night bonded himself out. This is his mugshot. He is accused of defrauding 2 people of more than $100,000. The indictments state the misconduct occurred while he was serving in the state legislature. Paxton will continue serving as the state's top law enforcement officer while his case proceeds. To presidential politics now and a preview of Thursday night's Republican debate. Most of the GOP candidates gathered last night in New Hampshire to explain why they should be the nominee. Notably absent, though, the frontrunner. ABC's TJ Holmes has more in Your Voice, Your Vote.
The largest gathering of the crowded Republican field yet. All but 3 of the 17 presidential contenders. Noticeably missing Donald Trump, telling the forum's host, the New Hampshire union leader, since he's not likely to get the paper's endorsement, he'd pass. No one was throwing punches at each other.
I'm really impressed with the caliber of the people that are running for president.
I'm not here to criticize my party.
Instead, using the stage to take digs at President Obama.
This president's done an awful job.
We're not keeping that promise right now because of the incompetence of this administration.
Democratic presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton also a target.
Hillary Clinton, President Obama, they're no better. They're just not honest enough to call themselves socialists.
She lied about Benghazi. They knew it was a purposeful terrorist attack on the anniversary of 9/11.
Issues like immigration and foreign affairs took top billing, but all candidates kept to their talking points. Breaking out, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham getting laughs.
I'm fluent in Clinton speak. When he says, Bill says, I didn't have sex with that woman, he did. So I understand this crowd, and I can beat them. The next president needs to be sure of who or he, she, I'm sorry, I can't talk. The next president needs to have their act together.
Not in the crosshairs, Trump. None of the candidates even mentioned the Republican frontrunner. TJ Holmes, ABC News, New York.
A live look at traffic now at 6 minutes after 6. No problems to tell you about. We're following things very closely throughout the borderline, especially on the interstate. This is I-10 and Paso you're looking at here. And a nice start to the day out there. Hey, we all know that monsoon season is in full swing, and the borderland has certainly seen its share of daily rain showers, from the light drizzles to the downpours that have caused some flooding. But some viewers are asking why flood prevention around the city doesn't seem to be working in some parts. Good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas is live with more on this story. Denise?
Good morning, Hillary. Well, this discussion started on our sister station ABC 7 at 9 on the CW, and this issue got some viewers riled up. But first, let's take a look at some of that rainfall we got Sunday. Our text.traffic cameras were rolling as soon as that rain came down. This is in central El Paso, and then the Hawkins area south of the freeway saw some street level flooding. This is by Esther Lama. The canal that runs parallel to Hawkins was overflowing with rainwater. And also we have this viewer video showing just how bad things got. There we go. That's the video we're talking about, as their yard got hit by the storms over the weekend as well. So now let's get to some of those comments from our viewers. From Glenn: still can't fix the flooding issues after 9 years, yet the stormwater fees are still charged. And from Larry: let's give them more of our tax money to fix nothing again. But because of this discussion, ABC 7 contacted the spokesman for the water utility. Javier Chacon says some of the streets in El Paso are meant to carry rainwater to a pond or canal, which is why drivers are repeatedly reminded to turn around, don't drown. Chacon went on to say, quote, EPWU has been addressing flooding issues in El Paso since 2009, and with only 6 years, it has already improved many areas, such as the flooding of I-10, and many homes in central, northeast neighborhoods off of US 54 hit the hardest in 2006, and overall improved drainage throughout the Sun City. And Chacon went on to say that still the work is not done. This work cannot be done overnight. He says that there are still approximately $800 million worth of projects left to continue to prepare our city for floods. Hillary, back to you.
Thanks so much, Denise, for that live update. Still plenty more to come right here on Good Morning El Paso today, including this amazing rescue caught on camera. A man nearly hit by a train after a crash on the tracks. Wow. Plus, over 20,000 acres burned in 5 hours, the latest on the wildfires on the West Coast. And meteorologist Crystal Clay has more on the heat coming our way. Good morning.
Good morning, and prepare for it. We are talking triple digits in the forecast. We'll look at how high we go coming up right after your break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.